Jordan, what was your reaction? What was the team's reaction when you saw that Draymond had been ejected?
Say it one more time.
What were you thinking, and what was the team's emotion when you saw that Draymond had been ejected?
I mean, we knew it was a hard foul, playoff foul. Draymond gets fouls like that all the time. Personally, I didn't think it was going to be a flagrant 2, and especially, throwing him out in the first half. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I mean, that's what they called, and we did a really good job of fighting all game.
Jordan, you seem to find the seams in this series. How important will you figuring out like how to dive, when to shoot? How you think that will impact the rest of the series?
Like offensively, study, film. They're a really good defensive team. They're long, they're athletic, so gotta find ways to, like you said, get into the seams and be aggressive, but also make the right play because they feed off of turnovers and energy plays.
Steve said maybe he thought the most important stretch of the game was start of the third. Draymond had been ejected. You're down 6. You're changing up lineups. What was the collective mindset coming out of the locker room, and then yours individually? You were pretty aggressive to start the third.
Just play. Obviously, we know it's pretty important the way you start the second half, but just go out there and do what we normally do and then catch rhythm and just continue to play. It wasn't anything specific.
Kind of following up on that, it looked like you and Steph were, as Anthony said, very aggressive, very determined right off the bat. Did you feel like you got in rhythm very quickly, and sort of how did that third quarter unfold to you?
I think we all were in rhythm. We were making the right plays, getting some easy looks, especially early out the gate. But just being able to capitalize, we got a couple stops on the defensive end that got us going, and like I said, people were able to make some big plays in that third quarter and late in that fourth.
Obviously, Steph, Draymond, and Clay have been involved in a lot of huge road playoff victories, stuff we still talk about. What does it feel like maybe this being part of your first one with those guys?
It feels really good to know that these guys have been in the fight, and they have championship experience, and they know what to go to and how important, specific possessions are, and it was huge, just being able to, to follow in those guys' footsteps and, watch the way that they move was huge for us tonight.
Can you take us through what you saw in that final sequence with Ja?
The last play?
Mm-hmm.
They put him in the backcourt, and we knew that they were gonna try to get him to go downhill. We were only up 1, so they needed a layup. I've seen them play a couple times, and Gary, Clay, Juan, OP, I think Wiggs is out there, did a really good job of defending that.
On some fundamental level, how much fun is it to play with Steph? It seems like you guys are playing more and more together now and seem to be meshing very well. And when you're both shooting well, it obviously takes everything to another dimension.
Yeah, not even only Steph, but Clay as well. Being able to put the defense in a lot of rotations. The way that they're trying to guard this is going to be really hard to guard all three of us the same way when we're out there together. And, just being able to make the right play and get these other guys good looks.
Jordan, there's three of you guys have to deal with. Can you see that the defense and struggling, trying to figure out how they're going to match up with you, Steph and Clay?
I mean, a little bit, but we also are just trying to be aggressive. Like I said, making the right play. We can all really shoot the ball. We can drive. So being able to get into the seams, like you said earlier, and if there's no layup, being able to swing it out to a really good catch and shoot, or one more, or being able to drive the seam. So being able to catch that rhythm early really helps a lot.
Jordan, seeing Draymond post game, just knowing that you guys had battled back without him in a critical road game in the playoffs.
Yeah, it was huge. This is a huge game to win, especially with him going out early. We really had to find that grit. You feel me? The grind, and just buckle down and lock in offensively and defensively. He's such a big part of our team, and we knew it would be a huge win if we were able to get it without him on the court. So, we were able to, fill in for the energy that he had, and excited to really have him, get going next game.
How big was the play for you where Damian Lee set you up? I think it was your first three of the night and kind of seemed to avalanche after that.
It was a good look.
How
It was open.
did it feel?
Knocked it down.
Did it feel important to, I mean, Steve, I think, said it was the one that kind of unlocked you.
Yeah, I mean, I was just able to get a good look. I'm gonna be aggressive, and they do a good job of trying to run me off the three-point line as well as Steph and Clay. But that just goes to playing team basketball. He got a swing, he pump faked, he drew two, he drove to the lane, and he was able to find an open person, and just got to be able to capitalize.
There's also been obviously a steady conversation about the starting lineup. What was that conversation like? And just, I guess, how did you take it?
I mean, it's the playoffs. Whatever coach want to do to have us go out there and win games, that's all that matters. And being able just to close it, how we did tonight. I mean, everybody's capable of stepping up. I think we were able to show that tonight, especially with Draymond being out. So being able just to trust every single person from the top of that line down to the bottom is really what makes us thrive.
Obviously, there's a lot of focus on your shooting and the point total, score 31, but to have 9 assists, 8 rebounds, how much of those parts of your game sort of grown this year, and how much pride do you take in that part of it?
Yeah, just being able to, be ball dominant out there with Steph and Clay, it really opens up the floor because you really can't help off of them. And we put, a lot of people in different actions, but also still being aggressive and looking to score the ball. That all comes from the trust from, my teammates and the coaching staff to just be aggressive, be me, and, set people up as well as going out there and, scoring the ball.
Remember, Steve Kerr and the Warriors lost to the Grizzlies in the play-in last year. Get the win in Game 1 this Round 2 series.
What was kind of the explanation you got on Draymond's ejection?
That he hit him in the face and threw him to the ground on a follow-through.
Were you pretty stunned that it was a 2 instead of a 1, flagrant-wise?
Yeah, I was surprised. So I was surprised.
What's the mood going into the locker room then? No Draymond in the second half. I think you're down 6 or 7. What was that like?
Just there's no reason why we can't go out there and win the game. We've got plenty in reserve. We've got Loon, who's been our starting center all year long, who I thought went out and did a fantastic job defensively. We knew we could score. We showed that in the first half. We had the floor spread. We were getting shots we liked. So at that point, it's just, let's go win the game.
Do you think happened for you guys in the second half? Just the energy level went up, or just defensively, do you think that was the key part of that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought a lot of guys stepped up and